The sound of the ball hitting flesh echoed louder than the cheers. It wasn't just a hit by pitch, it was a message. Shohei Ohtani stood frozen for a split second, eyes locked on the pitcher's mound. The stadium fell silent. Everyone could feel it, the air, the tension, the storm brewing behind those calm brown eyes. Just moments before, he had looked unstoppable. Every swing, every glance, every step was pure dominance. The opposing team had run out of ways to stop him. So when that 95-mile-per-hour fastball curved too far inside and crashed into Ohtani's ribs, the question wasn't whether it was intentional, it was how he would respond. You could see the disbelief in the crowd. Japanese fans clutched their flags, American fans gasped in outrage, and even the commentators hesitated before speaking. Was that on purpose? One whispered. Another replied, if it was, they just poked the wrong giant. Ohtani didn't yell. He didn't even gesture. But the look in his eyes said everything. That calm expression, that almost too quiet composure, it was scarier than any outburst could have been. The kind of calm that comes before a storm. And then, like fate setting the stage for revenge, the next inning came. The batter was Gavin, the one who had been hit just minutes before. The pitcher stared him down, adjusted his cap, and the murmurs in the crowd grew louder. They knew something was coming. But nobody knew what. Suddenly, a shout erupted from the opposing dugout. Hit him back. Someone yelled. It wasn't subtle. Cameras picked it up. The audience gasped. The umpires turned their heads, but it was too late, the drama had already ignited. The next pitch flew, fast, high, dangerous, and grazed Gavin's shoulder. The crowd exploded in disbelief. The benches stirred. Coaches shouted. Players rushed forward. For a moment, it felt like baseball had turned into a battlefield. But amidst the chaos, Ohtani remained on the top step of the dugout, eyes locked on the pitcher. No anger. No theatrics. Just that cold, laser focus that every fan had seen before, the same look he gives before hitting a ball into orbit. The cameras zoomed in. Sweat glistened on his face, the light catching the edges of his helmet. Commentators whispered as if afraid to disturb the moment. He's not done. You can feel it. And they were right. When Ohtani's next at-bat came, the stadium buzzed like a live wire. Every fan stood up. Every camera was aimed. The pitcher hesitated, looked to the dugout, then back to the mound. He knew, whatever he threw next could decide the game, and maybe more than that. First pitch, fastball, outside corner. Ohtani didn't swing. He just nodded, like he'd seen exactly what he needed. Second pitch, curveball, low and inside. Again, no swing. The tension built with every passing second. Then came the third pitch. A slider, meant to fool him. It hung, just a little too long. Ohtani's body coiled, his front leg lifted, and then, crack. The sound was deafening. The ball rocketed into the night sky, rising, flying, vanishing into the sea of lights and noise. The crowd erupted. Japanese flags waved, American fans shouted, and even the opposing team's fans couldn't help but clap. It wasn't just a home run, it was a statement. Ohtani rounded the bases slowly, expressionless. No celebration, no fist pump. Just quiet power. As he touched home plate, he looked once, just once, toward the mound. The message was clear: you hit me. I hit back. The commentators' voices cracked over the noise. This isn't just baseball. This is something else. This is Shohei Ohtani showing what it means to answer with greatness. In the dugout, his teammates surrounded him, but Ohtani barely reacted. He sat down, breathing evenly, eyes still on the field. You could almost see the fire behind that calm demeanor, controlled, focused, unbreakable. The replay played again and again, the hit by pitch, the stare, the home run. Social media exploded. Ohtani's revenge, one headline read. The look that scared the league, said another. Fans from every country united in awe. But what made it legendary wasn't just the power. It was the restraint, the grace, the way he turned pain into performance, anger into art. Where most would have lost control, he built a moment for history. Even after the game, reporters tried to get a reaction. Were you angry? They asked. Ohtani just smiled slightly. I just play baseball, he said. But his tone, quiet, steady, said everything else he didn't need to say. In that moment, Ohtani reminded the world why he's different. He's not just a two-way player. He's not just a superstar. He's a force that transcends rivalry, language, and fear. Some say baseball is just a game. But that night, it felt like something sacred. A test of spirit. A duel between pride and control. And Ohtani, once again, showed that true power isn't about how hard you hit. It's about when you choose to. Fans went home talking about that one at bat for hours. Children replayed it on their phones. Analysts broke it down frame by frame. But nobody could quite describe it fully. You had to feel it. It wasn't revenge. It was redemption. The next morning, the clip had gone viral. Millions watched it, millions felt it. The slow motion replay of that swing, the stillness in his eyes, the roar of the crowd, it became one of those rare sports moments where the world collectively paused. Because deep down, we all knew what it meant. Every time someone tries to bring you down, every time you're tested, every time they think they've hurt you, you have a choice. You can react with anger, or you can rise with greatness. Ohtani chose greatness. And that's why this wasn't just a highlight. It was a lesson. A moment that reminded the world why we watch sports in the first place, not just for competition, but for the stories that show us who we can be at our best. As the lights dimmed in the stadium and the crowd's echoes faded into the night, one image remained, the sight of Shohei Ohtani, walking calmly back to the dugout after the most powerful swing of the season. He didn't need to say a word. The bat had spoken for him. And baseball, once again, belonged to Shohei Ohtani.